Okay, now let's move into the camp of Manchester United.
Yeah.
We can probably say all is well that ends well when the season comes to an end. But for all the starters and for those who are of the opinion, like we say in the local Nigerian language, that if your evening is ever going to be good, you start knowing by daybreak. For Manchester United, it's a gloomy break to the day for Man United, but we don't know how the evening will look like, because everything they set out, everything you thought they set out to, they are supposed to achieve before the first Premier League game against Brighton hasn't worked out that way. For instance, they go into this game with news that Anthony Martial is injured. All through preseason, Martial played as the number 9. How ironic.
Very ironic.
The game he wasn't available for number 9, they rejigged their squad, and the result ended in a 1-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo returned for preseason late, and 48 hours ago, new coach Erik ten Hag confirmed that he is way behind others in terms of fitness, and he will need some week to work his fitness up, and it looks like the only option in attack. This isn't what the doctor ordered. As since last season ended, Erik ten Hag was confirmed as a new manager. The season ended, United were not active in the transfer market. Only 3 signings: Christian Eriksen, 2 defenders. Attack that remains an issue, unaddressed. Midfielder is an issue, unaddressed. Brighton, very much the team from last season, but without Luis Bissouma and without Neil Maupay, and also going into the season with doubt over the future of Marc Cucurella. They are not. They don't have like a fresh squad or a squad that has been improved upon. But what they have is a steady summer than Chelsea did, than Manchester United. How ironic. We thought going into the season by now, United would have gotten at least 4 or 5 players who would have been a part of their tour, part of their pre-season training and all that. But hey, that isn't the case with United. They go into the season with several areas of concern unaddressed.
You would think that Manchester United would have gotten all their summer targets by now, because it's a new manager, and the club are supposed to support the manager in every way they can. You think they will get all their summer targets in by now, do the tour together, go for pre-season together, groom the idea of the manager into the new guys and the present crop of players. But for Manchester United right now, it's not like that. It doesn't seem to be happening like that. The manager only brought in 3 players: Malaysia, Martinez, and Eriksen. And his priority signing, Frankie de Jong, is not even moving according to plan. 13 weeks, and Manchester United have not met their own priorities.
They haven't resolved
the issue. The Frankie de Jong saga has been on and off, and the season is starting. And Manchester United, without getting their own priority signing, when the season starts, I think they will go into the season like with little or no hope. And Cristiano Ronaldo is also not helping the situation at Manchester United right now. The body language is, the question for me is, do you want to stay or you want to go? He should come out clearly and address Manchester United and the hierarchy and tell them, I want to leave, so that Manchester United will start planning life without Cristiano Ronaldo.
Already the attention between him and Erik ten Hag.
Yes.
Ten Hag granted an interview that he wasn't happy that Ronaldo left, and then he made it known to Ronaldo and all that. But still.
Manchester United now with the injury, recent reports of Anthony Martial's injury, and nobody knows for how long he's going to be out. I think he has to rejig the squad again or introduce an unfit Cristiano Ronaldo, according to him, if Cristiano Ronaldo is really unfit. Or you have to rejig your squad to play probably Elanga on the right, is Sancho on the left, and Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford as number 9. And without, you can't get the quality like that is not the crop of players that he played during the tour and the preseason, and that can do a lot of harm. And a Brighton side that has beaten Manchester United last season 4-0, and Brighton will come into this game with a lot of confidence, if you ask me.
Okay, now let's be clear. It's not like United have a bad squad, but everybody expected United to improve on their squad, and that hasn't been done. Even the manager too admitted that he would have loved to have a better summer than the one they had. They didn't have most of the players on tour, and here they are now without much players, just 3. If you want to add the returning Donny van de Beek, his future is uncertain. If you want to look at Alex Telles, very active in preseason tour and all of that, now he's at Sevilla. Somebody who has imbibed the manager's culture and the manager's training. Another one again is Ethan Laird. He was ever present during preseason, but he's set to join He's set to leave the club. I think he's linked to the move to Watford. Set to join Watford.
Yeah.
You look further, you see Eric Bailly started the preseason run of games like a house on fire. He's also linked with the move away. Then there was Aaron Wan-Bissaka was very much available. He's also linked to the move away. Then you look at players like Scott McTominay and Fred. It has proven that under the method that Eric Ten Hag wants to play, these two can't coexist in that midfield. So the Fred combination in the midfield might be broken. Might be.
Yeah.
But they were the main team going into, all through preseason. I really don't know where United actually lost it. But the truth is they need to pick it up before it gets too late. Now let's touch on the one. The defending champions, 4 times in 5 years. Yeah, they go again. No surprises in Manchester City. As usual, we expect City to come blowing, and there is Erling Braut Haaland.
Yeah.
They won the Premier League last season without a striker. This season with a striker, some people are actually saying that they will win it in January. But hey, it's easier said than done.
Yes, but it's Manchester City. Everything is possible with this team. And bringing Erling Braut Haaland and Julian Alvarez to the team, they bring something both different, like into the Manchester City ad hoc. And it's Pep Guardiola, a coach, a reputable manager. He has done it before, done it in Spain, done it in Germany, and doing it now in the English Premier League, which a lot of people doubted before he came that he can't actually do it in the Premier League. He has done it now 4 out of 5 since he came, and that's magical. Going into the season, I think a normal Premier League fan, a typical football fan that watches football to an extent, will tell you that Manchester City will be crowned champions towards the end of the season, because that's like almost stamped like in stone. But it's football, anything can happen. At the end of the day, let's see how Manchester City starts the season with Erling Braut Haaland, like especially his confidence level, because we saw him at the Community Shield, he wasn't firing, and a lot of people are already giving him sticks and all. But I know under a Pep Guardiola, he can mold him, can actually give him like the best.
Just one game, too early. It's just this guy has been consistent over 3 years, and then you want to judge him over one game. That's not fair.
A lot of people argue that it's just in Austria and Germany. They say the English Premier League is built different.
We'll wait to see. But then again, they go up against a West Ham United team. David Moyes have drilled this team to be a hard as not team. Yeah. I mean, last season I was watching sniper of their game against West Ham. I think it ended in a 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. I remember Gabriel Jesus was on fire in that very one, and he added something different. In that very game, it was extraordinarily good. Now he's at Manchester, and Pep Guardiola's team are going into this season in a rather bizarre fashion, having area of concern because they pay with a bid for Marco Cucurella.
Not a typical Guardiola
team. They go into the season with every player's future sorted out. This time around, it hasn't been that way. But then again, West Ham United, you won't say they've made any positive addition to the team, but they ended the season on a high, and they have a manager who has been there for a while, and it seems to have kept the core of the players that have been working for him. So West Ham are no pushover. What do you think?
No, they are no pushover. I don't think they brought this Skamaka and they brought this Skamaka. And recently, I think it has been confirmed that Kone has joined.
Maxwell Kone from
Burnley has joined also. I think West Ham still have their unit, their core players from that season. Yes, and Jared Bowen too.
Jared Bowen. He became a machine towards the end of last season.
And West Ham will not be pushovers at all. The game will be hard. The game will be very, very hard for Man City. Probably Man City will get the win, but the game will be very, very hard because you have a David Moyes that knows how to play hard ball. And West Ham, Manchester City can break them, but they have to take their chances. West Ham again can take like the little chances they create, 1 or 2, and that will be the end of the game. Let's just see how it goes at the end of the day. It's the beginning of the English Premier League, and it's going to be super exciting.
Now let me take a look at the other games we'll be seeing in the English Premier League. Or should I say, we want to take a look at the games we'll be seeing in the English Premier League this weekend. Done with Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. So let's head out straight into Fulham versus Liverpool. There's something about Liverpool, the luck of getting newly promoted teams.
Yeah, in recent
years, like there's a special anointing on them.
I think there's no more to it. It's just the luck, like you said. It's just the luck.
Okay, but then looking at this game, Fulham are back in the Premier League, back in the league of the big boys. We can still remember some very good players in Fulham, like the Nigerian English boy who said he wants to use this Premier League season to launch himself into the English national team, Tosin Adarabayo. Now, Tosin Adarabayo is one of the standard players of Fulham, but you have to look at the Fulham team holistically. They have secured, they went down and they returned back up again. Something is there.
Fulham, Norwich, fall down, come back again, fall down.
Yo-yo team.
And there's something about Fulham. I think the league like coming to the Premier League for them is always the excitement of coming back to the Premier League and all that. Most of the time they don't get to cut it. Most of the time they get relegated again and they still find their way of coming back to the Premier League. It shows like we have a home here, but we can't seem to stay there.
Stay in the house,
yes, that's the problem. Let's see the Fulham of this season. Probably they might have unlock some magic tricks. They will want to stay in the Premier League, and because staying in the Premier League is meaning is staying with the big boys, and they will want to do that this season.
But then again, staying in the Premier League could actually come at a cost for Fulham, but that's not the case for Liverpool. While Fulham are eager to stay in the Premier League, Liverpool, I mean, I've said this time with that number, and I'll keep on saying it. We say Jurgen Klopp is challenging. He's challenging. He's only won one Premier League title in 7 years in England. We say Jurgen Klopp is challenging. Pep Guardiola has won 4 out of the last 5 La Liga. We say Pep Guardiola, English Premier League. Yep. We say Pep Guardiola is challenging. He has lost the English Premier League title twice by just 1 point. Last season, Jurgen Klopp. Yep. Last season, Jurgen Klopp lost the Premier League title by 1 point. Last season, he lost the UEFA Champions League title by 1 goal. One is very, very big in the eyes of Jurgen.
He loves coming second, I guess.
Or maybe we cannot call him the latest version of the nearly man.
Yes.
But then again, they go this season. Positive addition, Darwin Núñez. We saw him in the Community Shield. He was everywhere, pushing everybody, positive runs and all that. But bad Darwin Núñez. Fabio Carvalho, an exciting youngster, signed from Fulham, will be facing Fulham. How ironic. Then Luis Diaz will come in as a replacement for Sadio Mane. The Liverpool team hasn't changed that much, but it hasn't been improved that much.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The team hasn't changed. When you consider that Mane left and you have a Diaz that is replacing him. Before I understand, towards the end of last season, Jurgen Klopp tried to inject Diaz into the team gradually and giving Mane the first 9 role to play. That is huge. That is Jurgen Klopp showing you that he knows what he's doing. He probably knew ahead of time that he was going to lose Sadio Mane, and now we are seeing Luis Diaz with the position all by himself. It's not an improved Liverpool squad, if you ask me. It's just the same machineries, the same guys, the same everything. What can they do this season? Challenge Man City again, or go all out and win the league? It's a matter of time. It's a matter of when. It's a matter of how it will happen. But I don't think it's an improved Liverpool team, truly.
All right. So now let's just do this brief detour around Tottenham Hotspur and Southampton. Southampton have been very busy. Yeah. They brought in as many as 8 players. As many as 8 players, including our own Joe Aribo, who scored a wonder goal against Villarreal in one of their preseason games. Now, but let's take a look at Tottenham Hotspur. They brought in 4 players, 5 players, yeah. 5 players, including the backup goalkeeper, Foster. Yes, they had Foster. They have Yves Bissouma. They had Jet Spence from Nottingham Forest. They had Jet Spence, Yves Bissouma, Ivan Perisic, Richarlison, and then the backup goalkeeper, Foster. But hey, look at all of this signing. One that I still find hard to understand is, I know this game might not define how well Tottenham will go, but Ralph Hasenhuttl is as tactical and technical like Antonio Conte. And many people will tell that he's a lot more flexible
than Antonio
and unpredictable than Conte.
I agree.
You just wake up and you know this is how Conte will line up his team to play, and if you are able to put them in their place, if you are able to nick that plan, they rarely have a plan B. Their only plan B will now be to rely on the individual brilliance of their players or wait for their opponent to make some mistake. They won't force things to happen or wait for things to happen and then seize the moment. That's what I think they'll be going down for against Southampton.
And against Southampton, one of the reasons why the game will be a highly technical game will be, I believe, Ralph Hasenhuttl has watched Antonio Conte over last season with this Spurs team and coming into this season knowing that they are going to play them. I think Southampton will want to play a low block, because when you play a low block against Spurs, they rarely know what to do. They just rely on individual brilliance to make the magic happen. And at the end of the day, this match will be highly technical. It will be won on the touchline, because when it comes to depth, Spurs don't have it like that. They are not up there like when. But
I think in terms of depth, I think Spurs have depth more than
compared to Southampton.
Much more than Southampton.
Compared to Southampton, yes.
I think Spurs have depth. Maybe the one thing I don't get about Spurs is all about their summer signing. I'll be very honest with you. Or majorly, all of Spurs' summer signing appears to be players who will not improve the first team. The starting 11,
yes.
It seems like signing players.
It's a backup
and then Aside from Ivan Perez, who was signed on a free, all those players were signed for some outrageous amount of money. So
yes.
signing those players to come and add depth to your squad, I don't get it.
For Richarlison, that will hardly be a starter for the team. I think it's just madness. It's just post madness. But it's against Southampton. It will be an exciting game. Antonio Conte on the touchline with his antics when Spurs and get a goal and all that. You love to see it. Let's see how the weekend goes.
All right, now let's move over and then talk about Everton versus Chelsea. What is summer Chelsea have been having? What is summer? At the mention of Barcelona, every Chelsea blood shall bow. That's slowly becoming a slogan. Of course, and it went so bad that report broke out that Cucurella's agent were in Barcelona, and all of a sudden everybody in the Chelsea camp started checking out if it's true that Barcelona actually want Marc Cucurella, but there's no truth in that.
Yeah.
Also, when a quote now came out of Cucurella 2 years ago where he said his dream still remains to play at the Camp Nou.
Yep.
And of course, you and I know that Barcelona are in dear need of a left fullback. Don't read too much meaning into that. But anyway, Chelsea's summer has been scattergun. The first summer without Roman Abramovich hasn't worked out as planned.
Really?
Let's be clear.
Seriously.
Let's be clear. And then they go into this game against Everton, a team that didn't have the best of preseason as well. But the Everton team, Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, Dwight McNeil.
Signed for what? For what exactly?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy for both Everton and Chelsea. These are teams that haven't had the best of summer, if you ask me. And for Frank Lampard, this is the time to actually prove yourself. He got the job last season, and towards the end of the season, he kept them hope. He kept them up. Like this season is not about keeping them up again. It's about
you have to punch.
Yes.
Of warning as we round up this evening, or rather, or for wherever time you're watching us. Let me sound a note of warning as we round up. It is the first game of the Premier League season. Don't read too much meaning into a heavy win, and don't read too much meaning into a heavy defeat. Remember, in every tournament, the first game is always the most difficult game. The first game is more or less like the curtain raiser, so expectations are high. But as the season progresses, I love this statement so much. Water will always find its level.
And the league is a marathon.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. So before you get celebrating when your team win on opening day, remember, water will always find its level. But at the same time, I remember Leicester City fairy tale run, and I had this proverb then: "He go land, he go land." Now in butterfly they take enter bush. Leicester will drop. That was how they ended up winning the Premier League title.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you start well, you have a huge chance of ending well. See you guys after the weekend matches. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye bye.